Hey, what's up guys? We are back again with the current best deck in Clash Royale for me. This might not be the best deck in the game, but it is at least top 3. And personally, I've played graveyard decks a ton. So the best deck for you might be a deck that you're just really comfortable with. And if you're able to go for a Skeleton King or a graveyard, you have so many opportunities for damage. Especially if you defend with a tombstone, gathering more souls for the king, your opponent is going to be in a lot of trouble. Against all the pesky Archer Queen decks that are in the meta, you can fireball plus arrows to eliminate that when your opponent's not expecting it. Don't recommend doing that in single elixir very often because it does cost more elixir than the Archer Queen, but when you hit double elixir and your opponent's gearing up for a defense and they only have Archer Queen to defend, you can catch them off guard, get an Inferno Dragon on the tower, and make them rage. This is one of the best decks to learn in Clash Royale because after you take a tower, it's really hard for your opponent to break through the Zappies, Valkyrie, Inferno Dragon to melt tanks, and then the Tombstone to pull all of their units to the middle. So let's go jump straight to some games and assert dominance. And a huge thank you to everyone that's using creator code SIRTAG making this channel possible. All right, guys, playing my favorite deck in Clash Royale, I feel like we are going to destroy people. This is strong for a great reason. If you've got Tombstone and Skeleton King, you got the skeletons dancing with each other, holding each other's arms, and supporting each other like a true family. It's beautiful to get that Skeleton King on offense while you defend with the Tombstone skeletons, and then just, throw more skeletons on their tower immediately with the graveyard or the king after, they die a second time on defense.
This is where we fight! This is where they die!
Oh, wow, this guy is about the skeleton life too. He's going to swarm you with skeletons on both sides, splitting the skeleton army in the back. And you know what? With that out of cycle, I might be able to catapult a ton of stuff at you. I'm going to use the Valkyrie to body block the king. I mean, the king usually has guards, and this is the perfect reason. Maybe we can get everything dispersed. If I can get arrows down, finish off those bats. Looks like the Valkyrie is the primary target. And then the king? Dude, the king is on your tower with a full horde of skeletons that he collected. All of his friends are going to be unleashed. Yo, I don't know if he's able to stop this. He might get 3 crown. I think he legitimately is potentially going to get 3 crown by that. If I Inferno Dragon, the giant, yeah, it gets damage on my tower, but it is measly compared to the amount of value that we got on top of the king tower and on top of this tower that isn't even there anymore. This imaginary friend. Obviously, at this part of the time, he's going to continue to spam enemy. I've got a Zappies here. I don't think there's anything that he can do. He's just going to aimlessly spam cards at the river and get nothing done. How did the bowler get stunned for 1,000,000 years? Come on, dude. I really just want to 3 crown you. Give me the dominant W. Why do you have to defend your 3 crown? Try to take a tower and let me 3 crown you for all the past Royale crowns. All right, so jumping onto this one, let's see if we can keep up our undefeated win streak with this deck. I feel like this is the most solid deck in Clash Royale, at least for me. You can run it with Freeze or you can run it with Fireball. I personally prefer Fireball, especially because there's so many Archer Queens in the meta, and you can arrows plus Fireball to finish off the Queen. That is the tactic that we use against all the Queen players. When they're ready, they're geared up, they're relying on that card to give them value. It never does. So I'm going to Inferno Dragon to win the battle at the river pretty convincingly. If you want to go in for a dragon of your own, we've got Fireball, we've got Zappies, we've got everything we could ever want on deck. Yo, that was a pretty extensive elixir investment for my dude out here, going for the lightning like that. I can Fireball. If I can kill that hunter before it hits, oh no! Wait, I don't think it matters. The Inferno Dragon is locked and loaded, seizing his tower and taking everything this man holds dear. Also, by the way, I'm like 6-0 in this Grand Challenge, and we're still taking towers in the matter of minutes. Before a minute even finished, that clock was ticking down, and we ticked down faster. This man is in utter destruction, shambles. No way for him to climb back. We've got Zappies. We've got all the best defenses available with Inferno Dragon and Valkyrie. I feel like this guy's just better off giving up already.
12 seconds later.
And right on cue, the guy simply left the game. He did not want to play. He did not want to get put to shame. I don't blame him. This deck is really hard to play against. If you lose a tower, you definitely are done for. And let's see where we are. 7-0 in a Grand Challenge. You'll love to see it. Okay, so jumping into this one. First things first, I'm just going to go for Tombstone, play passive, and figure out what my opponent's got before I overcommit with anything like my opponent will probably do. Most of the time in Grand Challenges or ladder, people are rambunctious, rowdy, and spam stuff at the blink of an eye. Snap of the fingers. They're ready to snap your tower. So this guy's going to go for Mega Minion, and he's also going to go for a Skeleton King. that doesn't really tell me what your deck is. Usually when they've got Graveyard, they're going to have Inferno Dragon like me. This is a very common deck that I'm playing right now. Oh, did he think that I had to go in for the Graveyard on that side? Yeah, he went in for his Tombstone expecting me to Graveyard there. And then I swerve him and go other side, other angle. We're going to go in for the dangle of hitting them up with a mass amount of skeletons everywhere from the Graveyard and the King. It doesn't even matter that I don't remove the Skeleton Dragons fast. I wanted the damage. I know I'm greedy. I know I'm needy, but this is how we play Clash Royale. I'm going to Fireball on top of the Skeleton Dragons. I wait a little bit. I rather eat damage and make sure I get a better positive elixir trade. Doesn't matter if you get a couple extra hits with a Flying Machine. I can eat that, and I can 100% eat the Miner because it doesn't do damage to towers. It's just sitting there with its squishy shovel trying to hit you. And it's basically a plush toy. Those things don't do damage, man. So I can go for Zappies and I can split them, or I guess I can go for a Valkyrie on the left-hand side. I like Valkyrie at the river in the other lane because then it'll force out extra elixir from your opponent. This guy didn't play well. He thought I was going to go for a Graveyard. I didn't have a Graveyard in my card cycle. If he paid attention to card cycle, he would have known that, but he did not. Feels good. So he's going to Fly Machine or Skeleton Dragons here. I should be able to arrow. Ooh, that's... If he doesn't reset this, it's a really bad play for him. Yeah, I don't think he can. So I'm going to arrow, finish off all the pups, pop that Mega Minion, and wow, the Inferno Dragon melted the Lava Hound. And it also melted the Mega Minion. What a sublimely awesome Sir. I'm going to Zappies and split them in the back so I accommodate both angles. Bad thing is if you play against Balloon, unlike Cannon or anything else, Tombstone does get one-tapped. It's the only building that gets one-tapped still by a Balloon. Literally the only thing in the game. Alright, we'll Fireball here. We'll win the battle at the river pretty decisively. And then I guess I can use the ability if I wanted to, but it doesn't really make that much sense to do so. Rather get better positive elixir trades here on defense, especially if he wants to continue to spam into me. I'll go for Zappies and I'll go in for the Valkyrie here. I should be able to clean up the Skeleton King when he pops the ability. I don't want to do it too early on. I also want to give him the ability to just overcommit aggressively into us. Then we can arrow, clean it all up, get all the souls for the King. He's incredibly healthy, sir. He just went to the doctor for his checkup and he's here. He's ready to thrive. And bro, this is going to be so much damage. I don't know if you have anything for this. If you use the Skeleton King ability too soon, it's just going to be a waste. So I'm going to wait. Give him the ability to go drop more stuff. Now we pop the ability with the Graveyard Skeleton surrounding him. Fireball when he goes in for the Skeleton Dragons and collect our free win. No matter what we do here, I can even spam stuff at the river. It doesn't necessarily matter that much. It's just a meme. All I got to do is cycle back to one more Fireball and we win the game, bro. That's what's up. That's what's good. That's what's happening. That's what's popping. I think we should be able to cycle back to the Fireball pretty quickly, so maybe I memed a little bit too hard, but I don't think so. It was a pleasure playing against you and stealing all of your cards from the Grand Challenge chest. Peace out, man. Miner doesn't do any damage to towers. Like, the fact that that thing was just left alone and people call it a win condition, like, come on now. Miner does nothing. If it was a real win condition, I would have had to respond to it there. Ayo, on to the next one. Let's keep up the streak and keep dominating people today. So I want to cycle Zappies if he's going to split lane aggression. Otherwise, I can go for the Valkyrie and defend any bridge spam. Skeleton King is one of those cards that I usually don't want to defend with unless I've got a Tombstone on the field so I can get definite value with him going on offense. If he doesn't have any souls, he's pretty useless unless he's trying to distract a P.E.K.K.A or something along those lines. So I'm going to go and split my Zappies because I don't think this guy is going to be very ambitious. He's just not cycling a single card today. Oh, it's going to be a bowler deck. So we know what this is. It has to be a control-esque deck with either Graveyard or a Balloon Freeze. So in either event, it's better for me to go in for a Graveyard because if he doesn't have Elixir, we can shut it down with the Inferno Dragon and melt his Balloon, melt his bowler, get masterful interactions here. Oh, wow. The Lumberjack's going to die and not go behind what it's supposed to. The fact that he doesn't have Electro Dragon and Cycle is really, really good. So the Inferno Dragon's going to bait out extra Elixir. In fact, I can go for a Skeleton King and activate King Tower here. I don't know if it's the right play to do because I am going to take a ton of damage in the process because the Electro Dragon was going to be, you know, tanked for. And, no, I don't think that King Tower was worth it. I literally lost half my tower to activate King Tower there. You live, you learn, you play better. And that was one of those moments that I failed pretty spectacularly. I'm not afraid to tell you guys that. Whenever I mess up, we can have that a living experience, a learning experience. Make sure I don't mess up again like that in the future. He's probably going to bowler here. That's what I would do in this situation. And the thing is, like, it's just Valkyrie and I Graveyard. It's super, super hard for him to get value because he's going to be down Elixir. And I think Tombstone here would be the right play. Oh, do I want Inferno Dragon? No, I want a Tombstone. I'm a Tombstone on the bowler. Make sure that the bowler doesn't get as much damage as he would want, and the skeletons get up close and personal with him too. So he gets 1 hit. Please not 2. Please not 2. Okay, thank you for listening to me, game. I appreciate that. Electro Dragon the other side isn't that big of a concern. The thing that is scary for me is the fact that he could go for a balloon at any time in the left-hand lane, so I'm going to preemptively cycle my Inferno Dragon and defend that angle. Okay. What you going to do now? I'm going to Zappies here and split them so then I can maybe go other side if I need to with the Graveyard and then have that reset value. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to keep resetting the Electro Dragon. You could Fireball and Arrows and kill the Electro Dragon too, but that's not necessarily going to be a great play unless he drops it right next to the tower with the bowler as well. Maybe it's not terrible here. Maybe... Oh, I think I just whiffed it. I just whiffed it. I'm a potato! Hopefully I don't end up being a tomato, because if he starts to all in here, that's where it could get extra spicy and scary. All right, I'm going to Skeleton King off to the side. The Electro Dragon would die way easier if I had fireballed it and hadn't failed. It is what it is. We always like the challenge. We welcome a challenge out here. The Valkyrie's tanking. I can now fireball successfully. I know that the Skeleton King will be able to pop off with the ability if I want to. We are able to go in for a full ability of devastation. And I guess the fireball was just BM, knowing that I was going to win the game regardless. I foreshadowed the future. All right, so jumping into this one against Rod, we're going to see what's happening. First things first, we're just going to drop a good luck and figure out what this guy's got. I don't want to be ambitious with a graveyard deck that scales amazingly into the late game. Rather be steady, wait for our opponent to slip up, and then take full advantage of it. Also, every single time a skeleton dies, it's good for me. It's crazy to say that my own units dying is going to be beneficial, but that's how this deck works. It pops off. No, don't lock onto my tower like that. Okay, it is what it is. The Valkyrie isn't in alignment, so the Magic Archer won't hit my tower. And if you want to go in for like an E-Wiz, that's a vibe because I can finish it off with a Fireball probably. If you drop it too close by, I think the Inferno Dragon will be able to shut you down. Or you're going to Zap instead. That's fine too. Spending a lot of Elixir, man. Might have been better off going for the Skeleton King ability because it was full. So I think I would have been better off doing that. I can Fireball if you want to go in for some spam. Oh my gosh, the fact that it got pulled closer means that it's going to get shredded by arrows. The Inferno Dragon is still tanking, and I can Fireball to potentially finish off the... Aww. Why did one skeleton not hit the Electro Wizard? Is it that hard? Is that man just like a magical sir, evading every single skeleton, being super slippery, doing gymnastics all around the place, doing cartwheels and stuff? Like, I don't get that. How did the Electro Wizard not get hit? The world may never know. It is what it is. So Rod's got a P.E.K.K.A. player deck, so I don't think it's able to break through Tombstone that effectively. If you want to go in for a Fireball, that's your only method. You have to like preemptively Fireball on the Tombstone, so I'm going to drop my Tombstone up really high, so you're not going to be able to Fireball the tower and the Tombstone at once. When you see a Battle Ram coming at you, that is the play that people are going to try to make happen. So make sure that you drop it without Fireball value on the tower, so when they go for the prediction, they miss. That's usually what happens when, at least in my experience. I'm going to go for an Inferno Dragon up high. I don't think he's going to be back to Electro Wizard for a while, so I should be fine to melt this or bait out a Zap. If we bait out the Zap, that's fine as well. I don't really care. I can go in for Zappies here. Fireball on the Magic Archer. Tombstone again high. Say hello. Hi, Bandit. Hi, Battle Ram. We don't care about you. You're all gone. Wow, that was the latest Fireball I've ever seen in my life. This guy was truly committed to the cause, trying to get damage in the left-hand side and the right. But no damage on either side, bro. Okay, so he's going to have Electro Wizard back in cycle. I don't think it's going to be in my best interest to go in for Inferno Dragon unless he cycles the E-Wiz, and he does. So if he hadn't done that, he could have dropped the E-Wiz at the river and maybe in a really precarious position. I'm going to Zap instead. I can finish it off with a Fireball this time, especially if he wants to spam more stuff at the river. It's really fun to do that. Because if we hit a Royal Ghost, if we hit a Dark Prince, we've been vibing on a different level out here. Okay, so I'm going to go for a Valkyrie. It'll be able to kill the Royal Ghost. Also, I can finish that off with arrows if he drops anything nearby. So I'm kind of waiting to see if that's what he wants to do. Also, Skeleton King is able to do splash damage too, so that feels great. I'm going to use the Skeleton King ability just to distract, so then the P.E.K.K.A. ends up dying. Even though it's not really full at all, it gave me value. Also, he used Fireball, so I don't think he has a good answer to Zappies if he E-Wizzes. Maybe we can Zappies here. I don't know if it matters, though. I should be able to Fireball here, get some damage with the Skeletons, and walk away with the win. So no matter which way I want to twist and turn, we will walk away with a dominant W today. Oh, wow. Why is it trolling me and making me the game go on longer? Clash Royale, why'd you do this to me? It was so obviously over, and you just wanted this man to hang on by a thread. That is brutal. He is like painfully, slowly but surely losing the game. And no matter what happens, even if I don't finish off the game when I think I am, there was still nothing he could do. All right, so jumping into this one, we're going to see what's happening. This guy is saying overpower in his clan. Well, I feel like I'm going to overpower and overwhelm any of your defenses. It's super tough to defend this deck if you don't have the right card cycle. So Valkyrie, unfortunately, does not hit most of the goblins. Wow, that was literally the worst interaction I've ever seen with Valkyrie against a goblin barrel. She whiffed on one of the goblins that was going to die to the tower. Okay, I can't do anything here. If I go for like an Inferno Dragon early on, and I follow up with like a graveyard, I need to have avenues of accessing and finishing off our opponent's bait cards. So I'm going to go for the graveyard, and I will arrows because he's going to have like a Goblin Gang or a Skarmory. Yeah. Wow, wait, what? 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 Okay, I knew it was going to be a Skeleton Army. I didn't expect that, though, bro. I really didn't expect that. Oh, no. Oh, no. I did messed up. I done messed up out here, guys. That's so bad. The fact that I didn't just drop something like a Fireball on the left-hand side and then kite the other units the other... Oh, man. If I kited that with an Inferno Dragon or something and then saved the Fireball for the Goblin Barrel, I think that would have been the vibe. Obviously, I need to go for Tombstone in the middle. There's a chance he goes in for a Dark Goblin to snipe this, but we'll have to wait and see. What is this game? Wow. So I guess log bait with Dark Goblin and weird cards like this can really throw me for a loop. This is going to be the most intense battle that I've had in a while. I didn't expect it to be against someone that had a Dark Goblin log bait deck, though. Okay, summon a Valkyrie here. Burner Tower as well. Wow. He really didn't like the dragon. He's like, yo, I got the tower. It costs more elixir. I got to show you who's boss. I got to show you why this elixir investment actually will pay off in my deck. He's just really trying to prove himself against why the Inferno Tower should always be used. Inferno superiority. We can go for Skeleton King with the graveyard if we want to, but better for me to go for Zappies here. If he drops it in this regular spot, the outside goblin will always get targeted first. So on the left-hand side, the right side goblin will get hit. And on the right-hand side, the left side goblin will get hit. So if you know that, you always want to finish off the goblins on the other sides because your tower will always clean up the one that is on that angle. So just something to keep in thought for the future. Food for thought. Ooh, okay. I guess we have to arrows here. I need to fully surround the Sparky if I have any avenue of exploring damage here, or if I'm going to get screwed. I don't know. This is a wild adventure to be on, guys. I've never had such a close game against such a weird deck. I'm going to go Zappies here. Easy Fireball access. Okay, cool. I think I'm fine. Wow, no. He swerved me other side completely. Guy's playing well. Why is he playing well with such a weird deck? What's going on with this? Oh, let's go. Tell me you've seen more arrows value in your life and you'd be lying to me. Well, maybe you've seen more arrows value if you've played 2v2, but like in a real game, I don't think that happens very often. Okay, please, Fireball, save my butt. Save my butt. Let's go. The Fireball bounces back. The Empire strikes back with the Fireball, and we make this man burst up in flames and rage at the very end with that angry emote. Like, subscribe, and have an amazing rest of your day.